strange. Your clothes, a power stick you hold in your hand. I have never seen a Juju like you before.
There have been loads of video games based on popular Nickelodeon cartoons over the years. From SpongeBob to Jimmy Neutron and the Fairly OddParents, it seems that the games must be selling well as they continue to get made. But on the reverse side of this, there was once a Nicktoon that was based on a video game that came first. Today, I have that game. It's a quirky mix of platforming and action that offers a solid, if familiar, title to kids. This is Tak and the Power of Juju for the GameCube.
If you can take the staff from me, you are meant to have it.
Whoa.
Oh, man. That's my fighting arm. What a drag.
Tak and the Power of Juju follows the title character Tak, a young boy who is initially called upon as a messenger of sorts to deliver a staff to a member of his village that's supposed to be a chosen warrior. But after he manages to hold the staff, it becomes clear Tak is actually the chosen warrior. The story involves several villagers being turned into sheep as Tak sets off on his adventure, and although the storyline is kind of similar to other games in the genre, the writing and characters help to make it pretty funny, with the notable exception of Tak himself.
Woo! Nice!
Gameplay in Tak and the Power of Juju is pretty straightforward for this type of game. Tak can jump, attack, use his staff to vault, and a few other abilities, but the thing that really interested me about this is how animals are used. Across the levels, several different types of animals can be used to get across a gap or clear an obstacle. Orangutans, for instance, can bend down trees to fling Tak to a new area, while rhinos let Tak ride on them as they break down walls in Tak's way. It's a really cool mechanic that helps to separate the game from other titles like it, although it's not something that you'll really remember the specifics of after you've been away from the game for a while. The one thing that really surprised me about this game was how forgiving its difficulty was. Boss fights and some enemy encounters can get a little bit tough, but even if you die, you just respawn like 5 feet away and the enemy has the same health they did right before you died. Looking at this as a kid's game, that might not be such a bad thing, but I have a feeling some of the intended audience might be surprised just how easy it is. I also really like how a color-changing feather on Tak's head represented his health. It's a really subtle feature that keeps the screen from getting too cluttered. Tak and the Power of Juju uses exaggerated facial features to give the game a really nice visual style. Environments and enemies are also really colorful, but the frame rate can start to chug a little bit for seemingly no reason. It's a little bit odd. Now, with all the things I enjoyed about the game, it still seems way too similar to other games in the genre for me to really say it's a must-play for adults or even kids. I like my games to have a lasting impression on me because of features or story elements I really liked, but Tak and the Power of Juju is the type of game that you'll forget you even own because it's just not that out of the ordinary. Everything works pretty well, and the game does have a pretty good sense of humor, but it doesn't feel like it even attempts to take the risks that are necessary to make a memorable game.